So I've been practicing the rewind for a while now. The problem is I could not get the switchback perfect. So I've been seeing how Farouk FPV and a few other spangers actually been doing this. So they've been doing it simply throwing the quad, and then at the moment of lost momentum, they then reverse the sticks and then throw it back. So today I'm going to try out my 4943, the T94943 by T-Motor, and see how durable it is, and try to actually do that fling in and then fling back, fling in and then flick back. So basically then you can do any trick. You can do a juicy flick, and then in reverse you can do a split S. You can do a side switchback where you basically just go around the object and then throw it back sideways. You can of course do the normal reverse. I'm going to use these trees behind me. So let's see whether I can try to perfect that change of momentum from fling in to fling back. Let's go.
Okay, so if you can excuse me for a little bit, I'm just going to shut up and concentrate on a few tricks up front, and then we'll go through the tutorial.
Freak out, yo. Watch this. Watch this.
So we're going to test the durability of this T-Motor T4943 4.9 inch 4.3 pitch and see how durable it is. It's actually quite great for spang moves because it provides the thrust explosiveness required, but at the same time I think it's very durable because you'll see by the end I've crashed this a few times and none of the props are bent and it has not come loose. So great props, try it out, and you are going to learn something today.
Okay, I don't claim to be the expert at this, but I have picked up a few tips and tricks that I'd like to share with you. So in the case of trying to do the switchback, the key is timing. So in this particular trick, I'm doing a split S, okay? And then I'm waiting for the momentum to die down, all right? My throttle is low. And then now I'm having the object in the middle of the screen. So I now have to go switch back. So I now throttle up, zoop. And then I'm using the momentum to go back to the path. So this is a juicy flick returning back. Okay, so usually split S and a juicy flick is paired. So in this case, I'm using the smaller tree to illustrate to you how important it is to have the object in the middle of the screen, because it gives them the illusion of a forward and rewind. I just lost the object from the middle of the screen, so suddenly the illusion is not as great. So one tip that I've learned, in order to fling and make it smooth and then for it to break on momentum, is actually punch the throttle, punch, make your move, whether it's a juicy flick or a split S or just a flip, and then when it loses momentum at the bottom, then you punch again and then lower the throttle so that it just smoothly moves back. For the side switchback, the reason why it's sometimes at least a bit more difficult for me, I don't have gravity to actually help me to go back to the same path. The only way for me to do that switchback is really to make sure the propellers are facing the right way to thrust me back to the same arc. And of course, to make it more difficult is actually adding the danger or the wow factor, which is proximity. So it's much easier to do this spang or rewind or reverse or switchback moves when you're a bit far away. You can get the view of the object, but when you're really trying to challenge yourself, you try to go as close as possible. It is quite difficult because then you tend to crash. Quick check of the props. Everything is okay, everything's still intact, no issue, nothing bent. T4943 for the win. So now that we learned the trick, let's go ahead and dance.
Wow, you can really dance.
Wow, you can really dance. What a coincidence. And then they danced together like no one's danced before. The diplomats were dancing, they cancelled all of the war.
No more.
The whole world celebrated, was no more violence. And all because these men crossed paths. What a coincidence.